Hey, what's going on, everybody? What's up, Super Nanny USA Stories? Hey, Jeanette. What's up, Mackenzie TV? We're just doing the stream just to see what you guys are up to. Um, we're just pretty much hanging out, just talking. Jeanette, everything's been going okay. As far as today goes.
Other than me feeling like I was getting better, but apparently I'm not.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll know for sure if it's something more serious if this just keeps lingering on. Because if it keeps lingering on, something else is setting up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And yes, Mackenzie TV, yes, I do know who you are. Well, Jeanette, you need to start eating a little more.
There's a reason behind that. I've been talking.
Oh. Oh, okay. Well,
I'll talk to you about it after the stream.
Yeah.
Paul's been talking to me about it. Plus, I've just not been feeling like getting on my phone much.
Thank you, Super Nanny. Yeah, it wasn't hard to make the icon that we got. It wasn't really hard at all. Oh, you're awesome too. Everybody in here is awesome. Everybody that supports us. All of y'all are awesome. All 4,000. All 4,000 supporters are awesome. I know it's you, Joe Frost. But yeah, we're just pretty much sitting here, just hanging out, chilling. Nothing really. There's nothing really much to do except just sit here and talk and conversate and everything. Yeah, Jeanette, that's fine. Let me get you up here. I gotta get the link. Okay. Okay, I did put the link in the mod group on Facebook Messenger. Okay, Jeanette, I sent you the link. No, Mackenzie TV, I didn't make our channel logo from Photo Lab. Hey, Jeanette.
Hey,
Hey, Sam Puckett, what's up?
oh, shit, your hair's starting to go green because I've washed my hair.
Oh,
Oh well.
did you use sulfate free shampoo?
Yeah, I always use sulfate and paraben-free shampoo. It just so happens that, I don't care if my hair color fades.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I still got a whole new box of that, the same hair color I got.
Well, next time I do it, I'm going to the salon and getting the stuff. Because honestly, those directions are just so dang. Like, I don't care if it's good or bad for your hair, but the directions are just so freaking long. They have so many steps. It's just ridiculous.
Hmm.
Like, I'm just, I don't know. So when I actually go purple, that's when I'm going to go buy my stuff from the salon. But I'm going to get a permanent purple.
And I am going to dye it.
If you want to, yeah.
No, no, there is no if I want to. I am doing your hair.
Cool.
Period. Period.
I mean, I think Chris did a pretty darn good job with my hair. I'm very skeptical when it comes to people touching my hair.
I have gloves. I have a mixing bowl. I have the brushes. All I need is developer and colorant. Mix it together. Slap
Oh,
it
so
on the
Jeanette,
head.
that was nice of you to subscribe to Sam Puckett. That was really nice of you.
I worked today. That was all
Yeah,
I've been doing.
yeah, Jeanette, and I'm sure. I mean, I'm not gonna say the full thing, but um, our cat Hermione, let's just say she had a bad accident earlier this
She had a
morning.
very bad accident.
Yeah,
Did she
really
like
bad
take a
accident.
poopy?
Huh?
Like,
Not
did she get hurt or did she like do
like
something bad?
she legitimately knocked herself out.
Yeah, literally.
Is she okay?
She's fine right
She's fine.
now,
I mean,
but I mean, she's sore. I know she's
we've
sore.
noticed that she's just not acting right, and plus she started having blood that was coming out of her ear. We don't know if it's from a place that was nicked inside of her ear, or if maybe something kind of. I don't know.
I honestly think she nicked her
I
ear.
think she nicked her ear when she knocked herself out.
Okay.
Just the smallest little nick area. But you know how cats have those really fine veins up through their ears? That's a pretty sensitive thing. And one of them freaking veins will bleed like no other. So we've been keeping an eye on her all day, and
Well, I mean,
she's resting, which is what she needs to do because I'm sure she probably has somewhat of a concussion from it. Like before, she just was literally trying to jump underneath the bed or something underneath his bed. Next thing we heard is a big loud thud. I mean, it shook my bed and it shook the house a little bit. It felt like, and then we just saw Hermione laying there with half her body out from under his bed, and then her upper half under it, and she just wasn't moving for a few seconds. So he had to pick her up, and she finally was coming to, and I was like, I think she knocked herself silly.
and then when I was, loving on her and petting her and everything, then that's when I noticed blood was on my hand.
And I'm pretty sure she did get nicked underneath this bed because it is a wood frame. There's splinters underneath there. I mean, who
Well,
knows? She might
I
have
mean,
a splinter in her ear.
no, was she hit her head on with the metal frame, the metal part.
It's making me feel bad for her.
And then right under the metal part, then there's a piece of wood right there that's from the box spring.
I'm not crying. Ugh. Eyes are watering really bad.
But I mean, as far as the bleeding goes, I mean the bleeding stopped for right now. And I know she's really sore because she doesn't. I mean, she does get around. She walks around, but she don't run around the house like she used to.
Yeah.
I just think she's really sore and she's trying to be cautious and not move so fast. And she's been sleeping a lot too.
Yeah.
I'm just worried that one of Scarlet is going to do something like that, or one of the kittens.
Yeah.
Because if the kittens do that, it actually, I mean, something like that could be severe, even more severe than what happened to Hermione.
But yeah, I was talking about how I haven't been eating very much here lately.
Yeah, I heard.
My appetite has basically gone out the window. It's like I'm hungry, but like I don't have anything that my body will not refuse.
Honestly, I think they need to go ahead and legalize weed in Kentucky.
Why?
Because that's actually a good
And that's
appetite stimulant.
weed,
They use
marijuana will actually make you have an
eat.
appetite.
They use it for cancer patients that are like stage 3, stage 4 cancer that are really sick from like chemo treatments and surgeries and whatnot.
Or people that has really severe pains all the time.
Yeah, or people that
Honestly, anytime I've smoked weed with like my siblings, I have had one the munchies afterwards, but I'll have like a small snack and then I'll literally like pass the fuck out. The last time I got really, really high with my sister, this is funny. I grabbed the biggest bag of tortilla chips, and at the time I was sleeping in the living room because it was hurting for me to sleep in my own bed. I was sleeping in the recliner in the living room, and I just sat in the recliner in the living room, had a blanket over top of me, ate a couple chips, closed the bag, set it right next to me, and fell asleep. And I was cuddling the bag of fucking tortilla chips.
Hey, that's what it does to you.
And then my sister like woke me up and was like, "You know you have a bag of tortilla chips laying right next to you, right?" And I was like, "Oh, when did that get there?" And then I took a chip and I ate it and I fell back asleep.
Super Nanny what's your opinion on strawberry shortcake? I really don't have no opinions on strawberry shortcake because I never really got into it.
Shortcake, it's good.
But Selena Gomez is hot now.
Mm-hmm.
Selena Gomez looks really hot. I'm dead serious.
She's got a beautiful heart too.
Yeah, but yesterday Paul helped me get some food that I could eat.
Well, that's good. I mean,
Yeah, because
I
I
mean,
can't really afford to get food right now because I used all of the money from my last paycheck to pay my rent.
have you considered food stamps?
I can't.
Why not?
I make too much for food stamps.
But if you can provide proof that most of your check goes towards rent and bills,
They
then
should be able to
it
do something.
they'll give you food stamps if all your paycheck is going strictly towards rent and bills.
Yeah, but I've gotten like my church does this thing with food orders where you
Yeah.
can request to have food. Like they have a certain types of food that you can request to receive,
Hey,
and
West Haven.
a little over half of the foods that they have available I can't digest right now because of my stomach. COVID really fucked up my digestive system. When I had COVID, all I
Yeah.
ate was like ramen noodles and like uh ramen noodles and like chicken noodle soup. And that's all I really eat now
Thank you,
because
West Haven, for sharing the stream out. We appreciate that.
my body can't really digest anything else. By the way, I'm not really paying much attention to the YouTube because my iPad is almost dead. So I'm just on here.
Yeah, here
But
recently I've been uploading shorts, YouTube shorts,
yeah.
and surprisingly I get a lot more views out of shorts than normal videos.
Hmm.
Super Nanny, what's your favorite noodles? Mine is Chinese lo mein.
I love lo mein.
Yeah, I I can't have the spicy noodles for a specific reason because my stomach it can't handle a lot of spicy foods because of my condition called GERD. It will literally turn my stomach inside out, and sometimes it's so bad that I actually throw up.
The funny thing is, spicy stuff doesn't really get to me as much as, like, I can't eat meat without feeling nauseous. Like, any type of meat. I've tried every type of meat, even vegetable, like, like Beyond Beef or something. Like,
You're talking about plant-based meats,
yeah, I can't have any type of meat. Like, it literally tears up my stomach.
so you're pretty much a vegetarian.
And I'm lactose intolerant, so technically I should be vegan. But I like cheese. Ugh, sorry, I don't need to be wearing shapewear at 11 p.m. And it's just me, myself, and I in my home.
And there is something that I do want to bring up that I've did recently. I do know some people that support us is not they're going to disagree with my decision on what I did. And me and Miranda, we did talk it over and everything, and I decided to lift them 4 copyright strikes off a Flying Monkey. and there is a good reason why, but I don't want to put out that reason out on the stream here because it's kind of a personal thing to her, and I don't want to, say her business. You know what I'm saying? But I could put it in the private chat, though. I could type it in the private chat.
I'm sorry I'm yawning so much.
Yeah, Jeanette, I put it in the private chat. That's the reason why. Yeah. That's the reason why I did what I did.
When this stream is over, we gotta talk about that.
Yeah. That's why I don't want to put out her business. You know what I'm saying?
That's private matters, but I don't want to bash her, but, I feel like she did that for pity.
Well, I mean, like, my
I
friend.
just have a heart for people, and I just.
Yeah. And I know I wear my heart on my sleeve a lot, but something
Yeah,
like that, when I don't trust somebody and they pull out that, it's like, oh, I didn't know that. But are you lying?
she ain't.
No, she's not. She's been keeping it hush hush because, uh, doctor's appointments and stuff like that, and she just wanted to get the confirmation and the treatment plan down, and she's discussed it and everything. So I just don't feel like bringing up what it is or who it is because I just want her to know that I am.
Will you text me like what type it is?
I can put it in the private chat.
Yeah, definitely. I'm not going to mention anything because obviously we're on live and that's a private matter and she'll like shitstorm us if we talk about it. And I am not for that. Oh, I know someone who went through that.
Super Nanny, I actually like Burger King a lot better than McDonald's. I mean, I like both, but I like Burger King a little more.
I
But
like
like,
both, but I
my
can't eat
friend,
anything.
say like, I had a friend. She was like a mother to me, and her name was Donna, and she went through, that, and COPD and stuff like that, and COPD was what made her pass away. She had stage 4 COPD, like in the late stage 4. Like she couldn't go anywhere without her oxygen. She literally could not go without oxygen at all. She was on oxygen 24/7.
That's how my mom is right now.
But I mean, Donna, she was the sweetest, the most sweetest, kind-hearted person that you could ever, come across. Like that woman did so much for me. Like literally, she did a lot. And Miranda, babe, didn't she? She did a lot for me, didn't she?
Mm-hmm.
Literally, she thought of me as her own child. She took me under her wing and moved me to her house to get me out of a bad situation that I was in.
Mm-hmm.
And that woman helped me get a job. She That woman has did a lot for me, and I will never forget that woman at all. Tommy Larson. Who is that Tommy Larson?
I have no idea. They must be a new subscriber or they're a troll, but I don't know.
I'm fixing to see.
I do know of the movie Inside Out. It was a good movie. I I didn't hate it, but it wasn't like the best movie in the entirety of movies, you know. My favorite movie at the moment that's an animated film is Encanto. And everybody loves Encanto, you know. Like I like this movie.
Well, actually, that person's been around for a while.
Must be popping
Tommy
in, seeing
Larson,
what's up.
the lady I'm talking about, her name is Donna. She had a lot of health problems. She had late stage 4 COPD. Um, she had high blood pressure all the time. She had really bad heart problems, and and she was her health was just bad all around. But that woman, she was the sweetest. Like I said, she was the sweetest and most kind-hearted person that you could ever come across. She cared for everybody. She had a kind heart.
I'm gonna text my friend who asked me to help her out and see what's up because if she lived in Mount Sterling, she should have been here by now.
But yes, I did decide to lift those copyright strikes off of Flying Monkey. For what I said in the private chat. Super Nanny, I'm not sure what you're trying to say. Can you elaborate a little more? Because I'm not getting what you're saying.
Excuse me.
Hey, babe, the channel hit 4.1K.
That's good.
See?
Cool.
My friend said that she was on her way, that she'd be here shortly.
Yeah, Tommy Larson, Flying Monkey was the one that I was having beef with, but I decided it's not worth it. And
she doesn't need the stress,
she
especially right now.
She doesn't, yeah, especially she doesn't need the stress right now because of some personal things that's going on with her.
And
So
I've been saying prayers for her a lot because it's just scary. I know she probably would just say, "Oh, it's all right. It's gonna be all right. I got this stuff like that." But
I mean,
like
I give her.
it's scary when you get diagnosis that I
When
don't
you
know.
have health problems like that to that degree.
Yeah, like I do,
My heart hurts for her, and I hope she knows.
and like seriously, like when I found out when she said it herself, when she said it herself of what she
It's
was
gonna have to go through.
what she was gonna have to go through, and like and what was going on with her,
I
I
cried.
really I truly felt really bad for her because I know I've had family members to go through that, and I've had friends that went through the same thing, and
Yeah.
I know how much
Of a battle.
I know how much of a battle it is and how much it could take a toll on somebody to go through all that.
I legit cried.
Yeah,
And
Miranda
I
actually
have the
cried about
biggest
it.
heart in the world. Or I have one of the biggest hearts in the world. And when it comes to something like that, I just, it makes me really wish I could do something.
Super Nanny, I do watch Friends.
I
I
used to
still
watch Golden Girls.
Oh, Miranda, she loves the Golden Girls.
I love Friends too.
But
I've never
rest
watched
in peace, Betty
Friends
White.
or Keeping Up with the Kardashians or I haven't
But
even watched The Office. I've maybe watched like 2 episodes.
rest in
Not
peace,
enough
Betty
to.
White. Rest in peace, Betty White.
Man,
I think I hear Hermione moving around.
No, she's asleep.
Oh, that must be Scarlet or one of the kittens. I hear something moving over here on the side of the bed. Sounds like one of them shopping bags rustling around.
which one do you know that likes shopping bags?
Yeah, but I try to keep the cats out of the shopping bags because shopping bags they can get clinged to their nose and it can suffocate them.
Mhm.
So that's why I try to keep them out of you know, I try to keep them out of the shopping bags. But when we go grocery shopping or anything like that, I always keep the shopping bags because when like when I do Miranda's wound changes or when she's changing her colostomy bag or urostomy bag out, I have she has to have those bags to throw trash in. Super Nanny said, "What other shows do you like?" I mean, I like to watch shows called The First 48. I watch Snap.
The Good
Um,
Doctor.
I also I mean from time to time, I like to watch Ghost Adventures all the time. I'm a freak when it comes to the paranormal shit. And I used to watch uh Paranormal Caught on Camera, but I haven't watched that in a while.
One show I really like is The Good Doctor. It's about an autistic surgical resident
Yeah.
at a hospital called St. Bonaventure Hospital. It's a really good show. Y'all should watch it.
Like, there's some people that say that Ghost Adventures is fake. They're not fake because there's been some locations here in the state of Kentucky that they've been to me and my that me and Miranda's been to, and something actually did follow us back home. You can, babe, didn't when we went to Bobby Mack's, didn't something follow us from there?
Hmm.
But as far as the Kentucky slave house or whatever, we haven't been inside of it. We just been by there, but we plan to actually, you know, take a tour. We actually plan to go there and tour the museum. To tour the Kentucky slave house because it's reported to be haunted too.
I don't believe in ghosts.
Well, that's what Zach Bagans was. He didn't believe in ghosts until he actually came face to face with something paranormal like that.
I mean, I believe in spirits, but I do not believe in ghosts.
Do the same thing.
Ghosts, spirits, same thing. Ghost is
Spirit is
ghost is
the
just
same.
another name for a spirit.
I think it's just a Klingon catchy phrase or something.
In my experience, I believe that the spirit of certain family members reside within my home.
Yeah, and we actually
Like my
there.
grandmother who recently passed away, I still feel her presence here, you know?
Yeah, and
And my
there.
great grandma, she's haunting me. Swear to God, she's haunting me because every time I go to do something, something will open like a cabinet, a door, a freaking can opener will start going, or a blender will start when I haven't even touched it.
Yeah,
And I'll be like,
like
okay, Grandma,
we
get away from the blender,
like
step
we
away from the
actually
cabinet.
well, we do know of one spirit that's here is my mom's because we actually caught we actually caught proof like via like taking a picture off of my phone. I was just taking a picture of her, cross that we had made for her, and I took a picture of it, and I kind of zoomed in a little bit to get like a good picture of the cross we had made for her, and we straight up seen her face right in between her picture up on the wall and in between that cross there.
Yeah, she's here.
She's definitely here for sure. Like we can make out the features of the face, like we seen the eyes, the nose, the mouth, the hair,
Mm-hmm.
and it was that face that we saw. It was the same facial structure, same facial features my mom had,
Yeah.
and that was fucking wild. Like that was wild as hell. And we've even had things here in the house move around and we couldn't explain it. Babe, you remember some stuff back there in the back of the house was we heard like tapping and a little bit of knocking and some things was knocked in the floor and all the cats was in here, but we couldn't explain how in the hell it
Yeah.
fell off. I would say the the most noticed thing that's happened here paranormal wise is when I actually went to into the back of the house because I was cleaning up the bathroom in the back of the house, and we had some dishes in the sink that was dirty or whatever, and none of them glasses at all, was to where they could be broke. Well, I heard like a glass shattering or breaking, and I went into the kitchen to see what the hell broke, and it was one of the glasses in the sink, and it was sitting upright, and there was no way it could have broke. All the cats was in here with Miranda at the time, and I like that was something I couldn't explain at all. I mean, even when I lived down there in Houston, Texas, when after Donna passed away, about 2 or 3 days later after she passed away, I've caught a picture when I was outside. I was outside smoking a cigarette out in front of the front door, and I took a picture because I was like hearing some weird shit or whatever, and I
I'm gonna
decided to
go
take
check to see if
pictures. Yeah,
that way I can get her her stuff and
yeah,
get her going on her way.
and I took a picture, and the first picture I took, I literally took a picture, and it was like a car that was like uh across from where I was standing at, and literally there was two eyes from that car looking at me, and there was nobody in that car. And babe, you seen that picture? You seen them two
Yeah, it was
eyes
pretty
looking at me?
creepy.
And then I took another picture, and them eyes were gone. And then the next thing I know, I decided just to take a third picture for the hell of it,
And it was just
and it was
mist, like a white mist.
it was nothing but a white mist that went in front of my camera.
Hmm.
And also, I actually caught a picture one time too, and in the same apartment complex that I was at, I was walking around the swimming pool area, and I took a picture, and there was a woman in a Victorian dress standing a good bit amount of distance from me, but she was wearing a Victorian dress. And babe, you remember that picture too, don't you? That picture I called of that woman wearing that ghost of that woman wearing a Victorian dress.
Yeah,
That was fucking nuts.
looked like a Victorian wedding dress. It was gorgeous.
And she looked at me and it looked like she was waving at me or something.
Yeah.
That I mean that woman of that ghost, the ghost of that woman knew that she knew I was looking at her, and she knew I was taking pictures of her too. She knew it. Even when Donna was still living, she even said that there was a woman.
She even mentioned it to you.
Yeah, she said there was a woman in a white Victorian dress. She would walk out of her closet and walk in the bathroom. That woman be walking back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
Ugh.
He even told me that, and just so happened that one day I took a picture because I was actually trying to take a picture of a cat or whatever that I was trying to show Miranda and Will at the time, and I caught that picture of that ghost, that spirit of that woman wearing a Victorian dress, and it was the same damn thing that Donna was telling me how she looked like. I'm telling you, ever since Donna passed away, I was seeing that paranormal shit. A lot of paranormal shit was starting to happen after she passed away.
Mm-hmm.
But there's one thing I'm just going to say right now. The one place that I will never go back to when they're closed is Bobby Mackey's. I will never do that shit again because I don't want nothing following us back home again. And it was hard as hell to get rid of whatever followed us here. It was hard as hell.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever it was, it was something really fucking bad, and it had evil intentions. Whatever it was,
That place has got a dark history to begin with.
they actually said that's the portal, the gate the gates of hell. That's
Oh
what
yeah,
they.
there's multiple portals, but
But they literally said
I
that's
could
the most haunted place in the United States. Is Bobby Mackey's. I know Zach Bagans, he called it the gate of hell or something like that. Or the portal to, or not a portal to hell, but I think he called it the gate of hell. Hey, what's up, Dice? And the only way I'll go back to Bobby Mackey's is if they're open, and I'll go there to get me a bite to eat and maybe have a few drinks or whatever. But other than that, if I go there when they're not doing that, I'm gonna have another person that knows that place with within like, oh hey Alex BD, how are you doing?
Dice just got on the chat too. Oof. I feel like I have a big bruise on my knee.
How did you manage to hurt your knee?
Well, I have dislocated knees, but like right here is very tender.
Yeah, I can see what you're talking about. I see a little dark spot there on the side of your
Um,
knee. I can see that.
yeah. I have a I have osteoarthritis in both of my knees, and then I also have a dislocation of the knees, so they're not like in the right spot.
Yeah,
And I was going to physical therapy to realign my knees properly, and it just didn't follow through.
I'm doing good, Alex BD. Just sitting here chilling, talking, and just conversating away.
Yeah, my knee is really hurting. And the only ice pack I have is over at Paul's house. Sucks to suck, I guess.
Have you thought about getting it's a pain relief lotion?
Well, I used to have like icy hot, like the roll on icy hot, and I use that at the bottom of my back and then around my knees, and it would help for a little while, but I don't remember where I put it last, so now I just don't have it. So now I just kind of stay in pain. And my hip hurts too on the same side. So it's like a shooting pain from my hip, and then there's a shooting pain from my knee.
Dice said, Chris, if you want to go to a haunted place, you should go to check out the penitentiary of New Mexico. It was the
What
site
the?
of the most violent prison riot in 1980, and I'm basing a movie of it. Well, if we had the money to do so, to travel all the way out there, we would do it. But
I
right
have
now,
a
we
question.
don't have the financial means to be able to do that.
I have a question.
Huh?
When the thingies are blue, like in the comment section on this streamy yard or whatever it's called, and they're blue, what does that mean? That you're showing them up on the screen?
Yeah, it's yeah, when I do that,
Yeah, and when I go to the comments on the streamy yard,
hmm
it shows it as like highlighted in blue.
yeah, it does that when I select certain chat and when I select certain messages in the chat to be displayed, it does that.
Mm, okay. I'm literally like rubbing a swollen spot on my. It's like a big old knot, but it hurts. Well, 4 hours, Dice. I think that's a little long for a film. I probably would pay attention to it for like 30 minutes and then give up.
Oh, and I can show off some of the shorts that I did too. It's friggin' hilarious. Some of them are really. I did some really embarrassing shorts.
Oh, that's so funny. I'm sorry, I'm watching a YouTube video as well. Oh, look, there's something. My hip hurts. I feel so old.
Oh, here's one I did that was funny as hell.
That I want it that way. Tell me why ain't nothing but a heartache. Tell me why ain't nothing but a mistake. Tell me why I never wanna hear you say I want it that way. That
I don't even. I mean, I just did that shit to be funny as hell. And here's another one I did.
The color of this pen is the color of this pen is the color of the pen that I hold in my hand is royal blue. The color of this pen.
That's like me holding up like
and here's
this and saying that this is orange.
and wow, babe, that this one I did of Rick and Morty. Got to get Swifty. That song that they did. Mm-hmm. It's got 640 views.
I don't even know how many views I get on my videos. I never check. Me go into my YouTube account just to check views on my videos. Sounds fun.
Mo, I'm just gonna say this to you right now.
The most views I have is my choir re-audition 2019. Little Did You Know by Alex and Sierra. I got copyright strike on that for using background music to something to that song because I wanted to use like a soundtrack. And it's like, well, I'm not getting paid for this video anyway, so it's whatever. But I got 36 views on it. Like my singing video got me more views than my streaming videos of me playing video games.
Hey Mo, I know there is a reason why I haven't responded to you. And you know what you did in my last live stream, and I don't appreciate that either. You know what you did. I caught you in the act. Don't come in here acting like nothing ever happened. I know what you fucking did. Don't come in here acting like you don't know what the fuck is going on. What?
And warm me up some more pizza.
Yeah. I'm just saying, Molt. You know what you did, and you know the reason why I haven't responded to you. You know why. That pisses me off even more when somebody does something fucking stupid like they did, and then they come in your chat on another account acting like nothing ever happened. Using our channel name to fucking hide people. You know that was fucked up, Mo. I know that was you because I caught you in the act of doing it. Don't be thinking I'm fucking stupid because I actually caught you in the act of doing it.
Welcome back, writer.
Well, you can explain all that to me after the stream because I just don't want to get upset right now.
I'm speaking for Mandy when I say this, and I'm just saying I'm speaking for you because I know you don't feel like talking about much, but
yeah, I thought I was getting better.
But
Molt did something bad and got caught doing it, so he is no longer allowed on these streams.
Because let's just say that Mandy did not appreciate that either.
Nobody
And she
appreciates
also wanted you to be banned too, just like I said.
Oh man, I just wish I'd feel better.
I'm sure you will, babe. Your body, you know how your body is.
Yeah, I know what my body is, but it's a pain in the butt. Like when I'm starting to think, oh yeah, I'm getting better, I'm coming out of it. I get this false sense of hope for like a little over 24 hours. And then the next thing I know, I'm back to feeling like crap with the fever again.
No, we aren't going to ban you, writer. You haven't done anything
All
wrong.
I know is if this keeps lingering through the weekend and I'm not better by Monday, I have to go to the hospital to make sure there's nothing else seriously trying to set in. Because I got to keep ahead of it. Because I am not about to spend another 2+ months in the flipping hospital.
Babe, you know I'm not going to let your health get that bad.
I'm just saying if I don't start feeling better, then if this just keeps lingering on over the weekend, like I'm going to have to go get things checked out to make sure it's not something more serious going on.
Well, I mean, I agree with that.
Yes, writer. Molt did do something bad,
For multiple months again.
and he got caught doing it.
I mean,
That's why
If I
he's
get
mad.
ahead of it, then they won't admit me. They'd most likely put me on they give me maybe an IV antibiotic.
a round of antibiotics.
I'm just trying
I
to.
was answering some of the questions that writer was asking.
Yeah. I'm just trying to. I don't know anymore.
Oh.
Ryder Scott. Thank you, Aunt Peggy.
I'm just trying to think.
We thought he was our friend too until he got caught doing something bad.
But Ryder Scott, you didn't do nothing wrong specifically, so no, there's no reason for me to ban you. So no, I'm not gonna ban you because I banned Molt.
I'm going through every possible scenario, like all the stress and stuff I've been under like the past few months and just here recently. And I just feel like my body finally everything caught up to itself. And it literally was like it slingshot me into an oncoming train, and I've just been feeling like I've been constantly being ran over by a never-ending train. Like it's just, or it's my freaking allergies because the weather's been so freaking wonky.
It's okay, Aunt Peggy. Just, I mean, stay as long as you can. If you have to go, I understand. And I did. And welcome back to being a mod on the channel. I know you used to be a prior mod for me, but you got the blue jacket again. And Molt, I mean, Ryder Scott, yes, Molt was my friend until I caught him, changing his channel name to our channel name. And then he started banning people and timing people out that was not doing anything wrong. So, yeah, he did do something bad. And, yes, that ended our friendship right there. No problem. No problem, Aunt Peggy.
I don't know.
My body is just not having a good time right now.
I might actually turn on the heater in a second because it's starting to get really cold in here.
I have a heated blanket on, but it's not helping. My allergies are all out of whack.
But Ryder Scott, like I said, I'm not going to ban you because you didn't do anything wrong.
If you do something so incredibly wrong that it deserves a ban, then maybe. But until then, no.
Oh, I didn't know The Longest Yard was actually filmed there at that prison. That would actually, I would actually love to go there. Actually, if that's the case.
Yeah, I like that movie.
Longest Yard, that is a good movie. Hey, Fiona!
I might have to get off here soon.
If you have to get off, that's fine.
Because I need to get some sleep. I have a long day ahead of me. I am going over to Paul's tomorrow. And obviously, I'm going to have to walk. Walking sucks ass.
Yeah, Aunt Peggy, I mean, I'm sorry you had a bad day. I've had some people really close to me and family members that has passed away within the last 6 months.
Yeah, you probably were on the stream, Ryder, when he was doing that.
Yeah,
right. I was
he
literally the one who was like asking why he like. I was like, Chris, why'd you ban this person? They didn't do anything wrong. And he was like, I didn't do it. And I was like, but it says you did it. And that's when we caught Molt doing that. I was like, oh.
Because I mean, when I caught him doing that, it was over between me and him instantly.
I got text message.
Aunt Peggy said the dog in my shorts was placed in a new home and is enjoying her life on 4 acres of land and a companion. That is awesome. That is so awesome. That makes that I am happy to hear that dog has got, she's got a better home, and
I gotta go put this stuff back
plenty,
in my freezer.
she's got plenty of room to
good.
run on 4 acres of land, and she's got somebody to show her attention and to play with. That's the best life you could ever give an animal like that.
Mm. I don't know if you guys can still hear me. I'm grabbing stuff out of my frozen foods so I can put it back in the freezer so that it doesn't thaw out.
Yeah, Dice, that's really gruesome.
Oh. Excuse me. Okay, well, if she isn't coming, I'm locking my deadbolt. Turning off my lights.
Super Nanny, I mean, that Disney movie Frozen's, the first one was, the first one was okay, and the second one was okay too. I do watch. Yeah, Ryder Scott, I'm just saying, like, Molt came in here acting like nothing never happened. I'm sorry, but what he did, I will never forget that when I called him.
By the way, y'all want to see my OOTD? My outfit of the day? I got a new outfit off of Shein.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. It was like $8 altogether for a set of undergarments and then this outfit.
Yeah, and Aunt Peggy said I had to place her and a neighbor helped, and it turned out to be her daughter. I was not about to put her in a shelter again. Yeah, I don't believe in, putting animals in a shelter to get rid of them. I'd rather try to give them a better home than to be putting them in the shelter.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't believe in the shelter thing.
Yeah. Outfit of the day.
Or ASPCA shelter.
I don't trust some people.
Nobody should. Yeah, I have a little bruising and swelling on my knee. That's lovely.
Well, that's probably that arthritis you was talking about.
Well, my arthritis is like I can feel it the most in my hands and my wrists and my elbows and my shoulders and my ankles. but I don't usually feel it in my knees as much because, every time I feel my knees, it just feels numb. Like the pain is there, but it's like a numbing pain.
And
Ugh.
Super Granny said, I've seen the video of Chris who dressed as a girl, but I feel embarrassed for him. Yeah, I felt nutty I felt more fruitier than a fucking fruitcake when I did that challenge. I'm not gonna lie.
Well,
I was here for that too. I thought it was hilarious.
But hey, I promised everybody that I would do it, and I did it. Even though it took me a while to get the challenge done because I had a lot of shit going on, and it caused me to postpone the challenge to a later date. But I finally got around to it when I could.
Yeah, I think I'm.
Mermaids. Hmm. I mean, I really don't know if mermaids are real or not. I think they are because a lot of people said they have mermaid sightings in quotations. But on that kind of topic, I'm that type of person where I have to see it to believe it in person. You know what I'm saying when it comes to stuff like that? I have to see it in person for myself to believe it.
I think I'm gonna get off and go to bed.
All right, Jeanette, you have a good night, okay? And get you some good rest.
Yeah, my eyes are watering like crazy. I've been yawning almost half the time I've been home. Need to get a little bit of rest.
Well, go
And
ahead.
yes, Ryder Scott, yeah, he blocked him.
Yeah, I blocked them on everything. I don't want to have nothing to do with mold anymore.
But you guys have a great night. Peace, love, rubber gloves. I'm out. I
good night. I love
am.
you.
Good night, Jeanette.
I'm gonna go to bed, and I'm going to go over to Paul's tomorrow and spend a little time with him before he has to go to work tomorrow. So night, y'all.
Good night. We love
Send
you.
me good vibes.
We love you.
I love you guys too. Night, y'all.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye. And Aunt Peggy said when my friend and I adopted, she was in a shelter because the original owner became ill after his wife died, and there were 5 dogs left alone for a week, and one of the dogs died. Oh God. I hate to hear bad stories like that. Ryder Scott says, so let me ask again, you blocked Mold on social media and you two aren't friends no more. Yeah, we're not friends no more at all. I blocked him everywhere. Ryder Scott, what do you mean by that comment? Like, when you say I know I'm aggressive sometimes, but I'm not super rude, or who are you referring to?
I don't know. I could just be speaking out loud.
Yeah, some people do that.
I do that shit too much.
Okay, Dice, I'm sorry I didn't get to see your last comment. I said I even heard that some of the actors that went there in the 2000s that they were haunted by some spirits, and they saw burn marks on the floor and hatchet marks as well. Damn, that's really haunted there. That's haunted to its max. But you know what though? I've been in that position where I've been scratched. And you can, I mean, even Miranda will even, she would even back up my statement that I've been scratched really bad by a spirit before. At whatnot, babe.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, the one of the marks looked like it was almost about to bleed almost. Did you enjoy your pizza?
To be honest, it was so.
To me, I'd rather have Domino's than Little Caesars. But I mean, to me, Little Caesars is.
Oh no, I just wasn't into it.
To me, Little Caesars is like the budget pizza.
They can make damn good pizza, but it's just the fact being that I guess it's just not what I wanted or something. I don't know. Truly, I don't know what I want to eat right now. I'm just eating so I can pretty much stay alive.
Aunt Peggy said when they were first rescued, it took 3 hours to groom her, and the shelter was really pushing to get her adopted as she was there for 2 weeks and didn't want her to lose her great personality. Yeah, I mean, them shelters, it can affect an animal's personality.
They really don't get the one-on-one attention, the love and affection that they need. So they technically become numb to everything, and then they literally start hating humans because they're not getting that attention that they need.
I mean, can you give a little short story about the way the way you got Snowbell back in the past? I mean, that's the reason why I said a short story, because I don't want you explaining the whole entire thing.
Well, pretty much went to the shelter to find a kitten to give my other kitten a friend. I went there specifically looking for one cat. Well, I went in there and the living situations were awful. They had like cats that were so wild and so feral with just little tiny baby kittens swiping at little baby kittens' faces. The baby kittens' faces were so scratched up. They had so much gunk coming out of their eye. Like they were just so sick looking. And then when got down to the cage where the older animals were, like the senior animals, they just didn't take good care of their cages at all. They put like 7 to 8 to 9 cats in one little bitty cage, and it was just so sickening and inhumane. And the only good looking cat that was in there was Snowbell. And even she wasn't even looking perfect either. She had poop all over her, like she had dirt all over her. Her fur was all clumped up and everything in areas. Like she'd been in some soot or something. Or burning rubber or burnt rubber or something. Like she was so friendly, outgoing, so sweet, and just came straight up to the cage, rubbed all the way up it and down it, and meowed, and like she literally put on a show because I knew for a fact that she wanted to be out of there. Like the other cats were just completely, they were mentally. It was, they was, you could tell they had mental illness because of their conditions, and just the way the place smelled and how loud it was because of the dogs and them spraying everything down and not sanitizing it hardly at all.
That makes
It's
animals
just-
sick.
I mean, a shelter system should not.
I'm sorry, if I was running a shelter, I'd take care of the animals properly and give them attention and love, just like if they had a home. I'd be doing that if I was running the shelter.
It's just, it was very, very deplorable.
And Dice said, I experienced that right in my past life, and I'm still having PTSD from that. The reason why I have been so slow at filming my movie off of it is because it was really hard for me to make. Well, I understand that. And Aunt Peggy said that the dog, she is an extremely affectionate and energetic.
Yeah.
And welcome back, Ryder Scott. And Aunt Peggy said also this place took good care of the animals and the kennel people would exercise them. Well, that's what they should be doing. Because, I mean, they need to do stuff like that, take care of the animals and stuff like that. That's what they should be doing. Ryder Scott said, I have another pet. It's a lizard, but I have to keep it away from my cat Autumn, away from it. Yeah, it's never a good idea. If you ever bring out your pet lizard, make sure you put your cat up, because cats do have a tendency to, I mean, it's natural in their DNA to like hunt for stuff like that, like lizards, mice, rats, bugs, birds. It's in their natural DNA to go after stuff like that, to go after small animals like that.
Yep.
That's why we can't have parakeets here, because we as many cats as we got,
And our
them
cats like birds, trust me.
Yeah. Hey, Text Guy. Text Guy said, hey, Chris and Mandy.
Hello.
Yeah, Text Guy, she's not feeling too good right now. That's the reason why she's not.
Getting on my last nerve.
Huh?
It's getting on my last nerve. I just want to feel better.
Yeah, Ryder Scott, you got to try to. I mean, wherever your lizard's at, you need to keep the lizard in an enclosed big room, and make sure you close the door every time you go in there and you leave out of your room. You got to make sure your cat doesn't get in there even when you're in there or not in there. Always make sure you close the door when you're in that room, and when you leave the room, make sure you keep the door closed. So that way your cat can't get to your lizard at all. Aunt Peggy said when she came back from her walk, she came right over to us. My friend agreed with me that Sparky was adopted. Ryder Scott said, but Chris, I'm sorry about what happened between you and Molt. Hey, it's not your fault for what he did, because what he did was the most stupidest thing that he could have ever did. Yeah, you got to make sure you close them doors because a cat can kill a lizard easily. Very easily. Aunt Peggy said is adopted by us. Dice said to explain how that riot was like, it was like the most brutal sides from the depths of hell was unleashed into that place. Even this happened in my past life, it still affects me now. I mean, yeah, going through something that traumatic, I mean, of course you're going to have PTSD from that. I mean, like I said, I understand that. Well, that's good you're doing that, Ryder Scott. That's a good thing that you're doing. Aunt Peggy said that is how we got her. I was the one who walked her 3 times a day as my friend at the time was working. Well, that's good you gave that you gave that animal love and attention and you walked her 3 times a day cuz I mean big dogs need that exercise, especially when you don't have a big yard. I mean, you can take them on a walk, to get them their exercise. And yeah, that troll that came in here a minute ago, that I know that was mold. And that's exactly why that's a perfect reason why he's staying banned. He just gave me another reason to keep him banned. And I'm not going to read that comment off to you, babe, because it will piss you off. And that's why I'm keeping hush hush about it.
I'm just not in the mood for drama or anything like that. I'm just seriously.
That's why I was hush hush about it.
I'm at that stage in my life where I just want things to be chill.
No problem, Ryder Scott.
Because
ow, my knee.
All the stress and everything just doesn't help me out at all.
Yeah, my knee is swollen again.
Well, I called the doctor for you today. And they did talk to your insurance, but it could take up to 40 to 72 hours to.
You see my knee right here?
Yeah.
And you can look at my other knee and tell that knee is swollen. Yeah, guys, just give me a minute. I gotta go in the kitchen get me something to drink, but I will be right back.
Give me fresh water.
Yeah, I'm going in there anyway to get me something to drink. All right, guys, I'm back. And I'm cutting the heater on for a few minutes to get the chill out. Okay. Whew. And Aunt Peggy said Aunt Peggy said that. Hold on. Aunt Peggy said she is not big, but I have an apartment at the time when my friend was near the inn and she asked me to keep Sparky with me. And I said when I was a kid, I would wake up from nightmares about the riot crying and screaming and still smelling the hellish burnt flesh smoke, inmates being tortured, and hearing cutting torches after I was up. Yeah, that would scare the crap out of me too. Ryder Scott said, and I mean, me and Molt haven't even spoken, and there's a reason. Well, that's his problem. That's his prerogative. And Aunt Peggy said, my friend had cancer, and before she went to hospice, she asked me to take Sparky to my place. Well, that's a good thing that you took the dog in. Ryder Scott said, "Hey Chris, the app Zedge has some really good backgrounds." Yeah, that's what I use for most of my wallpapers for my phone and stuff. And Aunt Peggy said her son is in the Air Force station in Arizona. He came home the day before she died and was with her when she passed. I know how it feels to lose your mom. I know how it feels for somebody to lose their mom because I lost mine back on October 4th. So I know how it feels. It sucks really bad. And Ryder Scott said, "Hey Chris, don't ever play with Gorilla Glue because when I was 16, for some reason I thought it was a good idea to mess with Gorilla Glue, and I had it stuck on my fingers for like 2 weeks." Yeah, Gorilla Glue is not something to play around with. I've known some people that tried to take Gorilla Glue and put it in their hair. You remember that shit, don't you, babe? Where people was trying to do the Gorilla Glue challenge by putting the glue in their fucking hair. That was the stupidest thing somebody ever could have did. And that's like somebody doing the toilet seat challenge, licking the toilet seat. Who does that shit?
Won't see me doing it.
And that person did it thinking they weren't going to get the coronavirus, and they actually wound up contracting it by doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like, whoever did that, I'm telling you, they're the most idiotic, dumbest people I ever fucking seen. Licking a nasty ass toilet seat during a pandemic. Apparently that person was not. Apparently that person didn't have any brains. You know what I'm saying? Anybody with common sense would know not to do that shit. That could get you sick or kill you. Aunt Peggy said, I lost my mom in 2000 and my dad in 2001. Yeah, Aunt Peggy, I lost my mom last year on October 4th. And my stepdad, I lost him just recently, March 30th of this year. So that I just lost him just recently.
Brutal way.
In a very brutal, in a very bad and brutal way that he left this world. And he didn't deserve it either. Ryder Scott, I didn't say I was doing that. I said that there was other people doing that. I never said I was doing that shit. That's I know better than that shit. I got brains. And I know better to do that shit. If I did something like that, Miranda would fucking whoop my ass for being stupid. She would knock me senseless. Oh God. You are cat lady.
They're staring at a pigeon.
All of them.
Uh-huh.
If them cats got out, then I feel sorry for that pigeon.
Look at all those kitties.
Oh, yeah, Ryder, I thought you was talking about me. I was like, I'm not doing that shit. Hell no. Super Nanny, what's my favorite drink? Well, my favorite drink, I like Dr. Pepper. That's one of my favorites, and I would put L8 as second, and third Pepsi, and fourth Mountain Dew. Okay, Aunt Peggy, you get you a good night's sleep, okay? And thank you for coming to the stream and hanging out with us for as long as you did. You're always welcome here. My favorite fruit, that would be, I like strawberries. I would say strawberries would be my first. Mangoes would be second. Third would be bananas. And fourth would be apples. Hey, Metal Ryan Gamer. No, I've never been to actually, I've been to a gay strip club before. And I've only did that once. But as far as any other strip club, no, I haven't been to one as far as any other one. Hey, Ryder Scott, same here. I loved my Dr. Pepper. But the only hell no, Ryder Scott. I don't drink that nasty shit. I can't say that particular thing because if I do say it, Miranda will kick my ass. And I'm going to keep my mouth shut on that one. And plus, she ain't feeling too well either, so I'd rather not say that particular thing. Dice Golden said 2 years ago there was another dumb challenge that someone else was doing. A girl in the store picked up ice cream and licked it out of the container and put it back. That's just
heard about that one.
That's just outright immoral and disgusting. And if I'm not mistaken, I think that woman got locked up for that shit.
Probably did.
If she was in my store and she got a tub of ice cream and licked it and put it back, I'll be like, ma'am, you're going to be paying for that. Either you're going to pay for that or I'm calling the cops. That's the way I would be. Either she would have to pay for it or she would be getting the cops called on her. Yeah, Ryder Scott, that is disgusting. Tex God said Astros are up 12-4 against the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. Yeah, them Astros are badass. I'm telling you, when they had the World Series there in Houston, oh my God. When I was working at Circle K, oh my God, you would not believe of how many customers we was getting back to back. I'm telling you, I've never worked so much in my fucking life. When that day fucking happened. I remember that shit too. It was fucking... that shit was rough as fuck. Ryder Scott said, remember the Karen that destroyed the store because something got declined and she started throwing stuff and the employees took her out of the store. I don't know if she got locked up, but as she's destroying the store, you can hear her say, call the police. Some people are just stupid. Some people are just fucking stupid. Like, if you don't have no money on your card and you don't have no cash on you, then why go to the store? And you ain't got nothing on your card, no cash in your pocket. What's the point in going to the store other than stealing something? If I don't have the money, I don't go. Simple as that. I don't go. And I know Miranda can agree with me on that. If I don't have no money, I don't go. You know? Babe?
What?
I said that if I don't have no money to go do anything, or if I don't have no money to go to the store, I don't go. Simple as that. I mean, I'm not going to waste gas going to the store when I ain't got no money. Shit, I wouldn't even have no money to get gas to replace the gas that I used. So it'd be basically me wasting the trip, wasting gas and everything, going up there for nothing, pretty much. Yeah, Ryder Scott, I know the feeling, trust me. I know the feeling, trust me. I actually crapped myself a few times. One of them was in public, and one of them was when I was on the phone with Miranda and her ex husband at the time. When I was actually trying to fart, and I thought I was going to let out a fart, but I didn't. And come to find out, it was something different, and I fucking shit all over myself. And Miranda was fucking laughing her ass off when I shit on myself. Wasn't you, babe? You was even telling me, hey, don't push it, and I did anyway, and I learned my lesson too. I will never do that shit again. Dice said back in December of 2016, a kid destroyed a whole Dollar Tree because he wanted candy canes and they were all out. And that's why that little kid destroyed the whole store by throwing everything. I'm telling you, like, whenever we have kids or anything, our kids ain't going to be acting like that. Yeah. Yeah, our kids wouldn't be acting like that. If they acted like that, I'd take them. I'd tear the little butt up. Ryder Scott, our animals are doing okay, except Hermione. She kind of knocked herself out this morning, really bad. So, but I mean, right now she's asleep and she's relaxing. She's fine now. She's just sore, and she's got to get a lot of rest as much as possible. Like, babe, literally, what the way she hit her head, I thought she was fucking. I thought she was dead. The way she was laying, I thought she was dead. And it scared the living hell out of me when she did that. It scared the piss out of me. Like, I literally thought she was gone. It scared the holy shit out of me. All right, guys, I'm sorry I had to mute unexpectedly. I was having to listen to an important message from somebody.
Um,
But yeah, if we had kids right now, they wouldn't be acting like that. They'd be getting their ass tore up. If I would have did something like that back when I was little like that, best believe it, I would get my ass tore up out of the frame. Huh, babe? Back in our day, if we did some shit like that, destroying a store, throwing shit in a store, we would get our ass lit up.
mm-hmm.
See, and that's what's wrong with some kids nowadays. I don't look at the kids being the problem. I look at the parents being the problem. That's the way I'll look at it. I'm not saying all parents don't care about their kids. I'm sure all parents care about their kids to a certain point. But I'm just saying that the kids that have parents that don't put no effort into teaching them right from wrong or teaching them the value of a dollar or teaching them how to behave themselves and they don't put out no discipline. With some kids, you have to have discipline. You have to show discipline. Because my mom and my dad, they disciplined me when I was little, when I did something wrong or something like that, you know. Every time that I did something really, really bad, I got my ass tore up. Like, I got my ass tore up out of the frame. I've been whooped with switches. I've been whipped with thorn with a branch with the thorns on it. And the number one switch I fucking hated was the fucking willow branch. The willow branch switch, babe.
Mm-hmm.
You know you remember? I don't know if this ever happened to you, but my grandmother, she told me to go out there and pick a switch off of a tree, and she said that if I didn't, that she was going to go pick one off the willow tree. And I'm telling you what, she got my ass with that willow branch. Fuck that shit. I never fucked with that woman ever again. That's like my mom when she got on my ass that one good time where she busted my head fucking wide open with that Folgers coffee can. I never fucked with that woman ever again. It only took that one time to learn my lesson. You know what I'm saying? Son of a bitch. Yeah, I mean, I would say that's the thing, okay? Like a lot of people today think spanking kids is being abusive. It's spanking is not abusive. Now, beating on a child and spanking a child is two different things. Spanking a child is totally different from beating a child. Beating a child is abuse. But whooping a child, giving a child an ass whooping, like spanking him, that's not abuse. I consider that corporal punishment. I think that's another name for a spanking. And boy, when I was in high school and I was in elementary school, I got my ass paddled a lot. That shit hurt like a motherfucker. Babe, have you ever been paddled?
Mm-hmm. It sucks.
And they had that fucking duct tape wrapped around the motherfucker. Like the duct tape would be around the edges of the damn thing. And that paddle would have like little fucking holes in the center of it. It'd have little tiny holes all around in the paddle. Fuck that, man. I remember getting whipped by that fucking paddle. It fucking sucked. I got whipped so much one time by a principal that my whole ass was bruised. It was black and blue. And when I showed my mom that, boy, she literally went up there to that school and whooped that principal's ass. Literally, she did. And I was in the nurse's office the whole time when my mom went out there and whooped her ass right there in front of her office. Yeah, I mean, spanking is not being abusive. And that's what I was talking about, Ryder Scott, that spanking a child and beating a child is two different things. It's a whole nother level when you go from spanking a child to beating a child. Beating a child, that's abuse. But as far as spanking a child, that's not abuse. That's what I was referring to.
What's wrong?
Was that Scarlett doing that?
Yeah.
I think she just came up there to check on Hermione.
Hi, Pete.
Scarlett, your sister's okay, baby. She's okay. You see how concerned she looks when she looks at Hermione?
Mm-hmm.
Like, literally, Hermione, she hit her head so damn bad. Like, the way she was laying, I thought she was dead. And it scared the living hell out of me, like I said. Didn't it scare the hell out of you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Phoenix, he's behaving. Sometimes he's naughty sometimes. But most of the time he behaves himself. But when he gets hyper and stuff like that, when he tries to play with the other cats, he is rough with them, but I don't think he means to be that rough because he's a male cat. A male cat would be a lot more, but they are a lot more brute than the female. But yeah, Phoenix, he's been behaving so far. But I'm telling you, where did our baby Phoenix go? The little tiny kitten Phoenix. Phoenix was a cutie when he was a little kitten.
Mhm.
He was a little fur ball. But now he's all grown and beautiful and everything else. He's big as Snowbell now.
Mhm.
I'm telling you, he grew fast on me.
Yeah.
Dice said, in my past life, I remember teachers in high schools or middle schools back in the 70s. I also got the paddle, but there was this one teacher who beat us with it to the extreme all over the kids' bodies. Yeah, that's abuse there. Taro, you better behave, son. Damn it. I hate it when that shit happens with the cigarette. The cherry just falls right out of the fucking tube. Yeah, Ryder Scott. I'm telling you, Phoenix has grown on us for. He's grown up on us really fast. Like, ain't when is Phoenix going to be a year old?
May 18th.
May 18th. May 18th of this year. He'll be a year old. Technically, he's still a kitten. He's still a kitten right now. He's just a big kitten. But I think once he gets past a year old, like at a year and a half to close to 2 years old, I think he'll mellow out some. I'm thinking that. I can't guarantee that for sure. Because some cats, some cats are wild, like they're really hyper when they're younger, but when they get older, they just start to mellow out and chill and lay back and just chill. I have a cat. She's back in Mississippi. She's living with my grandmother. Um, the reason why I didn't take her with me up here is because she's been living with my grandmother for like a long time now, and I don't want to separate her from a place where she's been at for years. And plus, I mean, I wouldn't want to bring her here anyway because she's an older cat, and with her being an older cat, she's older than Snowbell. She's like if I would have brought her here, she would have tried to claim the dominance out of all the cats in this house. That's just the way she is. But Miranda, my wife, she actually got to pet my cat White Girl and everything. And she was a sweetheart, wasn't she?
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much, White Girl, she looks like Snowbell, but she's got a lot more thickness to her. And she's a lot older, and she's got a nub tail. But other than that, I mean, White Girl and Snowbell, they look very similar, except the tail thing and the thickness. I've never been bit by a ferret. I've been scratched by them damn little bastards. And I'm telling you, it sucks when they scratch you. It ain't as bad as getting scratched by a damn cat. I got tore up by Scarlet. Babe. Babe. Babe.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, Scarlet tore my ass up when I was trying to clean her eyes out. She literally tore my ass up out of the frame. She scratched and bit me and everything else. And my hands and my arm was a bloody fucking mess. But I just think she was, when I was trying to clean her eyes out, I think the reason why she did that because she was scared. She thought she was in danger. And I think that's the reason why she attacked me like she did. Because I think she was just scared of me touching her eyes, trying to clean them out. Which I don't blame her, you know. I don't like things being around close to my eyes or anything like that. I mean, if I was a cat, if I was a cat and somebody was messing with my eyes like that, I would do the same thing. So, I mean, that's why I didn't get on to her. Yeah, again, all right, Dice, I'll definitely watch that video you sent to me. But yeah, guys, give me 1 second. I gotta throw something away. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream here. I've been going up for a little over 2 hours, and it's 1:36 a.m. here. So I'm gonna go ahead and get off here because here shortly we're fixing to get ready to go to bed and everything, and we have to get our rest too. So, but I will be uploading more shorts, and within the next few days I'll be uploading more shorts, and I will start doing a little bit of actual videos here and there, but I'll be doing mostly shorts. Heck yeah, the Astros won, babe. On. The Astros won against the Los Angeles Angels.
Cool.
Heck yeah. Go Astros. Well, but I just wanted to say thank you, everybody, for coming in and hanging out. Thank you, Aunt Peggy, and thank you for all the new people that came in. Thank you, Text Guy, for hanging out and showing up. And you have a great night, Ryder Scott. All y'all have a great night. And I will see you guys tomorrow. I might do a stream in the afternoon tomorrow, maybe. So, yeah. Well, all you guys have a great night. And as always, stay lit, stay chill, stay positive. And remember, all y'all are part of the Casually Unfiltered family. You guys have a great night. Peace out.